Testing, testing. Is this thing on? Alright, we're gonna get right into it. Alright, first of all, I want to give a big honkin' thank you to Aquana for running before me. Big thank you to Bro Mario, Pharaoh, putting the marathon on. On ProfPoli, I speedrun rareware games like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Diddy Kong Racing, and I got to know Caleb in the Banjo-Kazooie community. We raced a couple times, and he was a good friend. I wanted to participate in this marathon to celebrate Caleb's life and provide some uplifting content. So, hopefully you all enjoy. So this is Diddy Kong Racing 100%. The goal of the category is to collect 47 balloons, 4 keys, 4 pieces of the TT amulet, and 4 pieces of the WizPig amulet, and all 5 trophies. It's a pretty challenging speedrun. So right off the bat, we are starting as TT. TT is the fastest character in the game. You unlock him by doing some time trials. And we're gonna go around getting the balloons. Just a couple, not too many around on the world, but helps with the routing a little bit. I'll get into the different vehicle types a little bit. I'm just trying to be informative, I guess. The acceleration on the plane is quite slow. Okay. These balloons are a little tricky to get. I apologize. Okay. Alright, here we are. We're entering the first world with a couple extra balloons. And there's some interesting glitches in this game. One of them's readily apparent. At the beginning of each race, if you just do a quick restart, you can skip the opening cutscene. Save some time overall. Shake my nerves out a little bit and get back into the swing of things, but yeah, so the main appeal of this game is the music. That's the most common comment that I get. Everybody loves the music. David Wise is a great composer, and I hope you can enjoy the jams the entire way through. So what I did right there is I paused the same frame that I crossed over the finish line, and I got to skip the cutscene where Taj hands you the balloon. So there's 40 of those in the run, and each of them costs about 6 seconds if you miss. And the first one that you don't skip, there'll be a longer cutscene. So the movement for the car is when you're tapping A at top speed, you actually go above max speed. So you're constantly tapping A when you're driving the car. And when you're power sliding, holding R, you're also increasing your max speed. So I missed the cutscene skip there, so we get to see what it looks like when you miss it. See how many we can get. But yeah, this first one is extra long. It's usually a little bit faster. So We are going to be clearing every course in the game twice, and we're going to be doing Dino Domain a few extra times. We'll get into that a little bit later as we're doing the trophy races. But for now, just kind of driving around doing the early game. So when you're playing this game, there are bananas on the course, and as you get to 10 bananas, your top speed increases. And there you have it. So I'm at max speed right now. And additionally, whenever you use a boost, if you release the A button, you can get this green boost, and it's way faster. And at the tail end of the boost, as there's smoke on your trail, you can rhythmically press A 3 times and eke out a little bit more speed. And then you can resume the full mash. Might be able to pick up my inputs from the mic, it's hard to tell. Yeah, there's no rubber banding in this game as far as the AI is concerned, so it's pretty easy to lap everybody. Got the cutscene skip there. And now we're going to get into the plane. The plane is the most interesting vehicle. It has the highest skill cap. In fact, you're very rarely pressing the A button when you're using the plane. You're often barrel rolling. And if you boost barrel roll downwards into the lava there, you can actually get out of bounds. And we're flying around inside is much faster. Just kind of barrel rolling infinitely and trying to trigger the checkpoints along the way of the race. And you can determine where you are looking at the left and the right side of the screen. You'll see these arrows changing, and that usually indicates when you're passing by a flag. And so this is much faster than driving inbounds for sure. Although it is very difficult to see where you are sometimes. In fact, I can't see anything sometimes. Yes, that pause trick is pretty precise. You can usually moderate it with a repress, but if you miss it, that's it. We're getting into the first boss race. This is Tricky the Dinosaur. There's an interesting setup for a fast finish on this course, just based on where the flags exist. So we're gonna turn around immediately and see if we can trigger one of the flags and finish. And we actually got it first try there. So now it says we're going the wrong way, and then as soon as we pass like up here a little bit, we're just done. And there you have it. That's Tricky Skip. Some people say it's RNG. I think it's just pretty precise.
Well done, kid. Now try my new challenge. Collect all of my silver coins from around the
It's a pretty fun trick.
You must find 8 from each
It's a little punishing. It's hard to check if you actually triggered the flag. You have to drive up down the lane a little bit in order to check if you're going the wrong way. But it's not too difficult. When was that skip discovered? I'm not exactly positive of the time frame. I've only been doing this game for about a year or so. And as far as I know, Tricky Skip existed before my time. So there's a couple mini games that you gotta do. This is one of them. Just gotta drop some eggs in your basket, wait for them to hatch. I've noticed that if you put them close to the front, it's harder for the computers to pick them up. So that's the only strat that I have found. That should be a pretty solid finish. Oh wait, somebody got my egg, really? Oh, did I miss? Should be okay now. But yeah, we're just trying to get a sub 220. That was my estimate. I should be able to accomplish this. Lost a little bit of time in the first overruled section, but it's not that big of a concern. Alright, so after you beat the boss in each world, you have to redo all the courses. You have to get the silver coins. There are 8 silver coins on each race. And then you gotta get first place as well. Usually not too challenging. Coins actually have an extraordinarily large hitbox. I had a blue boost that I was going to use, but kind of collided with those balloons, so that's all those coins. Get a couple more bananas, I guess. But yeah, this game's pretty tough on the hands. You know, I'm always holding R most of the time, and I'm mashing A, holding left and right very quickly. Just a frame too late for the pause. But yeah, that's by far the most punishing part of the speedrun. You know, getting that pause at the end of each race. But yeah, there's a glitch coming up after a little bit longer, known as a wrong warp that we'll get into. Basically lets us, I guess I'll say it now, I hope you like Dino Domain, because we have to do it 5 more times. That's the only problem with the speedrun, is that we have to do the trophy race wrong warps. It's a little repetitive in that manner. But yeah, just pretty standard gameplay here. So when you're power sliding, if you're holding a direction completely for too long, you'll spin out. This can be mediated by returning your stick to a neutral position for a frame or so. A little too far away from that coin. Oh. That oil spill was in a prime position. If I had known it was there, I probably wouldn't have gone for the boost. F's in the chat. But yeah, I kind of wrote out everything that I wanted to talk about. Oh, jeez. But at the end of the day, this is a pretty long run, so I'll probably run out of things to say. Oh, I see what the F is for. Seems that the stream on Bro Mario's channel has gone down. Hopefully it's recovered soon. Yeah, all good, Bro Mario. Player commentator just going with the races as the stream gets restored. Nice. Where's Donkey Kong? It's a fair question. I remember there was some beta footage of some Donkey Kong racing for the GameCube that never got released. Alright, so here we are coming up to Tricky Skip Part 2. See if we can get this one as fast as we got the other one. I think that's good. Yeah, wow. That's the way you do it. First try, both tries. Looks like we're back. Good stuff. So, as soon as we cross the finish line there, finish line in air quotes, we can just turn the console off. Rareware games do this thing where they autosave after you complete stuff, so it's all good. Yeah, no, shoutouts to Bro Mario making that was a very fast recovery for a restart. I'm not worried at all about the stream going down. If anything, it's good to get that stuff out of the way, because we got Shift coming up next. So as you progress through the game, Taj gives you 3 races across the island for some balloons. This is definitely the hardest balloon in the game to get. Actually, the hardest balloon is that one on the ledge over there that I bonked into the wall for 20 seconds. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna go check out the first cycle of some of the worlds. Gonna go to the snow world and then to the beach world. As soon as we get our nice transformation. What's up, Gold Standard? Just chilling, doing a run, you know, supporting Caleb, providing some entertainment. So this level is pretty laggy. There's like snow particles going on, and not just the snow particles, but the music as well in this game actually slows down the processor of the N64. The music is so good that the N64 can't keep up. It's kind of like that thing in Mario Kart 64 during battle mode where the music is just disabled to save space. But I'm sure you can notice this level in particular chugging a little bit. The time trial for this course is quite interesting. So this is one of the few courses that you can be all 3 vehicles on, and each of them are all kind of unique. There's actually, along the side of this forest section, there's like 3 boost panels that you can combo into each other. It's really challenging, but if you're a plane, then you can go pretty quickly through this course. But yeah, I'm not the best runner. I'm just here. Walking into stuff. Oh yeah, gotta have the music on. It does lag the game, but you know, it's one of the best parts. Snowball Valley has another key for us to grab. Ay, ay, ay. Fortunately, this course is pretty straightforward. Not too worried about losing. The fourth world is actually pretty challenging when we get to it. A couple interesting out-of-bounds sections, and the key is particularly difficult to grab. Trying to save time when I can. Can't skip that key cutscene at all, but could be worse. Alright, so we have one of the few courses with the plane that you cannot go out of bounds. This course is quite challenging. But yeah, so I'm not holding A at all right now. I'm just boosting and barrel rolling, and that's maintaining my top speed. I guess I'm pressing A right now, but I could be barrel rolling. But yeah, so the plane can hit both ground and air zippers, which is a unique optimization. It's a little challenging to get the plane on the floor, but the strat does exist. Got it. Alright, one last course in. Is the Snow World. Before we do the boss race. And you'll kind of start to see the structure of this run come together. Since it's a racing game, with an overworld, it's kind of unique in that way. So you'll see some of the optimization of like driving from place to place in the overworld. And you can see how, just depending on like the way that TT's facing, like as you're boosting, you can be going very quickly or very slowly. And in fact, there are parts of the run where you can hold up and down, and that impacts how long your boost lasts. So like if I were going off this ramp and I held down, I would probably have a little bit more air time. Or if I'm trying to like keep myself grounded, I can hold up. Yeah, so all the characters have different stats. TT is the fastest. Pipsy has the best handling. Drumstick is the second fastest. There are some courses where it's optimal to use him in the plane as opposed to TT, so he has slightly better control in the plane. Now we get to see the awesome Walrus. This Walrus is probably my favorite voice actor.
Well done! Now I challenge you to a race.
Make sure to stay hydrated. Is this considered New Game Plus because you're using a different character? That's a fair question. There actually has been some controversy on Twitter about it recently. But the reason that it's not New Game Plus is because once you unlock it on the cart, it's there by default. Even if you delete all the files, it still exists. So it's hard to get rid of it. Yeah, there's something consistent about Rareware games and having cart-specific unlockables. Alright. And we beat the boss, and it recorded that we finished, so we're free to turn the console off. There's a cutscene that plays after each boss race where they're like, do the silver coin challenge, and then come back and beat me again. But, you know, just restarting, we have to watch this cutscene and select our character again, but it is still more optimal. And we gotta race Taj again. Yeah, it's just a speed. Yeah, it's so what Giz is saying. Yeah, it's not related to the cartridge. It's just achieving all the unlockables on a file. Yeah, you could use any character, for sure. Yo, shout out to Pharaoh's mom for the $20 donation. I'm not gonna be honking or anything, but anytime you can donate, you're helping a good cause. You know, supporting cancer research and you know, doing it in memory of a good friend. So. Okay, so we're using the hovercraft now. You'll wiggle the joystick left and right, kind of akin to snaking in Mario Kart DS. It's slightly faster. It gives your wind tunnel more coverage. The world records for most of the hovercraft time trials exist on PAL because the game runs at a slower frame rate. Something about that. But we are at 1430 out of 2,000 on the donation goal. Really blew away the first 1,000 on the first stream. Pretty miraculous. This is one of the shorter tracks in the game. Especially when you get your boosts optimized like that. Just barely missed that. It's okay. I can be Aquana. Yeah, Aquana's a really nice guy. The Untitled Goose Game world record holder. Yeah, it seemed like he was like doing attempts like right before his run on stream. So big congrats for that. Got it back. So I think he had it before. There's some competition. Yeah, just making our way through the beach world as the seasons change just to from fall to winter. Makes me reminisce about the nice warm days of summer. Hey. Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing, very iconic soundtrack, composed by David Wise, the same guy that did the Donkey Kong Country soundtrack. Got another key to grab on this level. This one's a little out of the way, but it's not terrible. Pretty much ahead of the pack now. But yeah, it's not really too challenging to beat all the computers, but it is a factor. If I was using any character other than TT, this game would definitely be more challenging. Especially somebody like Pipsy. Pipsy has a very low top speed, as does Tip Tup. Yeah, pretty diverse cast of characters in this game. Rareware games have always been very bright and cheerful. I think that's kind of why I gravitated towards them. I grew up with them, and they're just so happy. So we need to unlock one more key. That's later on. And we're going to start to do the wrong warps after this. But yeah, this world kind of features the hovercraft. Yeah, this game is definitely a favorite. It was nice. GSA has hosted a tournament or two for this, and I believe Trident Tail is broadcasting a segmented run of this later on this month. The time trial community is very active. The most recent trick, Dragon Out of Bounds, was found in like May of this year, and the world record was set, and it's been pretty steadily there at a 146, which is incredible. OBO is a good runner. No, I hit restart. Okay, that's fine. So we get to see the third boss of the game here, Mr. Octopus. Everybody's a big fan of his voice. This usually isn't too challenging if you can get in front of him. Like that. Right. Now we can just wiggle in front of him. Shouldn't have any issues. Yeah, I can't exactly check to see if the stuff is updated for me, the title in the game, but I trust you guys are on it. You guys have been doing great on the mod work. But yeah, for most of these boss races, if you can get in front of the character, then you can avoid the obstacles pretty well. Plus, just rendering them lags the game a little bit. Alright, so here we are. We have completed Dino Domain, and we've completed the first cycle of Snow and Sherbet Land. And we're going to set up the first Wrong Warp. So, if you saw earlier, I went out of bounds on Hot Top Volcano, and that's the important thing. Oh, I forgot we have to raise Taj real quick. But yeah, so as we go out of bounds in Hot Top Volcano, we can maneuver our way under the goal, and the game will get confused. It will think that we've finished the race or like entered an exit loading zone, and it'll put us in one of 3 locations, or I guess it's 4, but it can put you in the overworld in the car or the plane, or it can put you in Dragon Forest in the car or the plane. And the best RNG is the rarest, the Dragon Plane. If you get that one, then you can fly out of bounds in the lobby of Dragon Forest, get to the mini game or to the boss. But the biggest thing is that we do it during a trophy race, and it stores that we're completing the trophy race, but it doesn't know which world we're in. So as we wrong warp out, we can take it to another world and complete a much faster trophy race than the one that would be in that world. Yeah, so not only are the races high octane, like all trophy races is a really good category, but 100% also has some interesting overworld routing, which adds to it, I think. The only thing that's a little repetitive about 100% is this trophy race. We have to do this 5 times. We have to do it 4 times for each of the other worlds, and then we have to do it 1 time for the Dino Domain trophy itself. It's very fast, and it also has the capability of wrong warping, so that's why we gotta do it. The nice thing about doing trophy races is you don't need to go for the pause buffer strat at the end of the race. You can just exit. But yeah, lots of mashing A, lots of wiggling the joystick, holding the R button. I'm just using a regular N64 controller. I don't know if anybody uses the Hori Mini Pad or any other third-party controllers for this game. I could see it being considerable. Bob Ross himself. And here we got some happy little boosts. Yeah, I've tried using the Hori Mini Pad for Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, but especially for Banjo-Tooie, there's a lot of precise egg aiming. And the Hori is just a very sensitive stick. But yeah, everybody uses it for Mario 64 for Bowser throws, to preserve their main stick. I know some people use it full time. Or frame walking, I know, is another time to use the Hori. Pretty solid race here. Got a 45. And squirrels. Alright, so we're going to do the first wrong warp here. It's going to have a similar setup to the regular out of bounds, but we're just going to go over here to the goal. And as soon as I can see where I'm going, so you just fly like right under the line, and there's just a loading zone. And so we wrong warped, and we got not a good one, but it doesn't really matter that much because we're kind of close to Sherbet Island anyway. But so the game thinks that we're still doing a trophy race, despite putting us in the overworld. And so we're going to carry this over as we enter Sherbet Island here. And we're going to take it to the minigame, because in order to finish the trophy race, you need to finish a race, or you can lose a minigame as well. So it's way faster to lose a minigame than to finish a race. But yeah, these minigames they're just kind of like AI manipulation in a way. Like, you're just trying to take out all 3 of these computers as fast as possible. The easiest way to do this is typically with these homing shots. But we will have an interesting setup for Icicle Pyramid in the snow world. As long as I can pull it off. One last shot to make. I don't know where Pipsy is, I can't see her. It's not what I wanted, gotta be honest with you. Okay, there we are. Couldn't find the mouse. Very small character. Oh yeah, I think everybody can relate to spending some time in these mini games with friends. The egg minigame in Dino Domain is one of my favorites. But yeah, so we win that minigame real quick, get one of the parts of the TT amulet, and then we just re-enter, and we just go ahead and take ourselves out. A little slow on that minigame in general, but not too bad. And so it completes the trophy race after we lose the minigame, and it kind of displays the Dino Domain trophy, but I assure you, it's in this world. So we have to do that wrong warp setup 4 more times. Well, 3 more times, I guess. We've already done it once. But. And now that we're back in Sherbet Island, we're just going to do the coin challenges now. Oops. A little hard on the power slide there. Alright, we got all the coins, we got all the bananas we could ever want. I'm actually kind of happy I collided with one of those animals there. Missed the pause buffer, that's okay. Yeah, this game, definitely I have fond memories of, you know, like when I was getting babysit as a youngin', trying to play it with my babysitter, even. I was too good even in those days. But yeah, I haven't spent the most time on this game. I'm just kind of decent at it. But I can consistently get around this time. I need to spend some time, definitely on individual tracks doing time trials. I think that would help me out a lot. But I've mastered the overworld movement. Surprised I got that pause. We take it. last coin to get. It's definitely a little bit more challenging routing the silver coins, but once you know where they all are, it's easy to remember them. So there actually is, there's Adventure 2, which is comparable to Mirror Mode in Mario Kart 64. I guess every Mario Kart iteration really have had a Mirror Mode. But yeah, Adventure 2 is definitely the less popular category, just because anybody that does it is going to have their muscle memory messed up. Because it's very difficult to switch back and forth between the mirrored version. So most people just tend to stick to Adventure 1 and all trophy races. Yeah, basically. Like, so when you do them, Adventure 2, the coins are in different places, because that's challenging, and yeah, everything is just flipped, so. But it's a different category altogether on the leaderboards. Definitely less submitted than regular 100%. Yeah, you'd have to learn the whole thing all over again, I think. It's interesting how much content they were able to produce just by using the same file but reversing it and then changing the coin locations. Hardware wasn't as limited as it was during the NES and Super Nintendo, but you know, there's not infinite storage on a cartridge. Yeah, the history of game development is fascinating. Like, just thinking about going from an NES cartridge to, like, a DS cartridge. Like, that's the craziest thing to me. Just the size comparison. And what, like, 20 years of progress does. Or a Switch cartridge, yeah. Yeah, Switch cartridge is even more intense. They're so small that they had to put a special chemical on it to convince children not to lick it. And yet they did. Jeez. See, this is the one race that you really want to be in front of them, because these bubbles are punishing and they're hard to get around. Heck. Gotta be honest, I really don't want to lose this race. But I'm not in a good position. That bubble every time. Alright, I really gotta get around him here. What a travesty. That was about a 2-minute time loss, unfortunately. And now I'm just right in front of him, so it's not going to be an issue. We should have no problem getting this sub 220 though, so. See, like, now it's no issue. It's like the bubbles are despawning in front of me. But it's just like, if you get caught behind them, it's, you know, obviously there are obstacles, so. I probably should have restarted the race, like, immediately, but I figured I could beat him. That one always gets me on the last lap. Alright. Yeah, I lost like a minute and 20 seconds or so. But hey, it's a marathon, there's no mistakes, only happy accidents. We got to listen to the boss music for a little bit longer. We gotta set up the wrong warp once again, go into Dino Domain. Happy accidents. Sometimes you just gotta, you know, take the octopus race and beat the devil out of it. If only I could grow an afro quite as good as Bob. My hair is far too thin though. Okay, that's a pretty good race. But yeah, obviously these are like my most practiced courses just because you do them so many times. But yeah, lots of mashing A. So after we do this wrong warp, we're going to do an interesting setup for Icicle Pyramid, the minigame in the snow world. We're going to try and take out all three computers very quickly with a precise setup. So you might be able to see one of the movement optimizations that you can make in this game regarding like boosting in midair. As I go over this boost, I kind of collide with the corner here and like ramp up. It extends the boost a little bit. And so there's lots of optimizations like that. Making the skill cap for this game incredibly high. But 45 on that course is pretty solid. And we're gonna go ahead and do another ROM warp here. Kinda need that balloon. Yeah, this is definitely the easiest out of bounds. It's not too hard to pick up. Definitely recommend it. Alright, so we actually got a decent warp there. So we didn't get Overworld Plain, but we did get Overworld. We didn't have to come back from Dragon Forest all the way over there. So we can just switch to Plain and make our way into Sherbet Island. I've forgotten all the names because I'm playing on the Japanese version, so forgive me. But yeah. And so now we're gonna come over to Snowflake Mountain, and we're gonna win and then lose.
Pyramid.
And so you need that blue boost right at the beginning there. Otherwise Diddy doesn't run into the wall. And then we just kind of camp this balloon spawn. No! Diddy was packing heat. He got a shot off. Well, oops, don't fall, shoot. Alright, we just gotta take out Timber. We got this. I don't know where he's going. Yeah, so really the optimization in these minigames is just controlling the AI in a predictable manner. And if I didn't get taken out by Diddy early on there, it would have been okay. He's like stuck in the wall. What's going on? Alright. That was a little rough, we just gotta lose real quick. Finish off the trophy race, wrong warp. It's much easier to control the car than the hovercraft. So we're just gonna go ahead and get all the silver coins in the snow world. And then the run's gonna ramp up in difficulty a little bit. Might be able to see that lag I was talking about earlier again. I'm just gonna try and get all the coins this first lap, and then go fast afterwards. Go for it. TT has a very satisfying voice. He's the narrator of this game. So it's kind of interesting when you're using him as a character. He's making sounds as well. I always felt that if I could pick my digital assistant on my phone, I would love to use TT as a voice. Good ASMR, indeed.
Snowball battle.
Pretty solid races, though. Aside from losing to the octopus boss, pretty pleased with this run. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that coin. Just gonna avoid the boost altogether and just make sure I get that one. Back to Everfrost Peak for the last time. Try and get a couple more barrel rolls in than last time. But yeah, this speedrun is pretty tough. You know, you always got to be focusing. The only downtime really is when you're resetting the console. Really got to be aware of your surroundings. Very nice. One last course in this world. I think this is my favorite song in the Snow World. It's very festive as we get ready for the holiday season. You know, we just had Halloween, so might as well put the Christmas decorations up. One last coin to grab on the left side over here. There's actually an interesting trick you can do here where you can get the AI to like fall off the map because of the way that the loop-de-loop is rendered. Solid pause. Just gotta race the walrus again. Hey guys, we're about halfway through this run. Just want to remind you that we're putting on a marathon to support Caleb Celtics fan, his brother Bro Mario, and trying to get rid of cancer. Got any donations you want to throw in? It's always appreciated. Trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the marathon. And after this we have Shift coming up, the Battle for Bikini Bottom. The world record holder. Very kind of him to participate in the run. Cancer is canceled. What was it? Going fast and giving back. I like that. Alright. Making meatballs and spaghetti. I endorse any form of pasta consumption. I'm very passionate about pasta. Alright, so we have to do the Dino Domain Trophy back to back. I hope you're ready for it. And then we just have to do it one more time. But yeah, like I said, this is probably as boring as the run gets right here.
Trophy race. Ancient lake.
It's still exciting because, like, you know, you can lose time anywhere in a speedrun, so you gotta be playing at your top level all the time. But as far as just a repetitive nature of it, this is the only downside to the run. Shoutouts to Pablo with the host. Hey, thank you for the good luck as well. Yeah, we're just putting on a show, you know? Putting on a showcase of some good games for a good cause. Wish I was a little bit better, but I'm happy to support the cause. Yeah, I haven't exactly updated my time on the leaderboards lately, so I don't know exactly where I placed for this game, but you know, world record is, you know, 30 minutes faster than me. Yeah, DKR is pretty exciting. I like to give it recognition. But yeah, just driving the car, going fast, tapping A, trying to get these green boosts, trying to power slide as much as we can.
Top volcano.
And just gonna do the regular out of bounds here. Not gonna wrong warp, gonna get the Dino trophy this time. Out of bounds, using the flags on the middle of the screen to indicate when to turn around and stuff. But yeah, the barrel roll is the fastest movement. I would show the top the top speed that I'm going at, but kind of need to see where I am on the map.
Wrong way.
Alright. Yeah, I actually missed one of the flags. That's why it gave me the wrong way. Yeah, the way it works is it kind of draws like a line inwards, and as long as you're past it, you're fine. But if you're too far inside the line, it's kind of like one of these. You know, as long as you're on this side, it's all good. And then they're just kind of placed around the map in specific locations. You just gotta trigger them. They're pretty free though. There's not that many like
Trophy race.
incredibly close flags that you gotta deal with. Making our way around Dino Domain one more time. Gotta do it one last time after this, but we're done with it for a while.
Fossil Canyon.
Should have perhaps opted for the bananas, but we'll make it work. Yeah, there's like 4 bananas around that first turn, but you know, 9's pretty solid. Whew, thought I was gonna get sniped there. Drumstick had it out for me. Man, Diddy too.
Jungle Falls.
Guess it's a good thing that tree was there. It inadvertently saved me from splashing in the water. hit with the shield from Crunch.
Top volcano.
Just gotta get the wrong warp again here, and then we're gonna be in Dragon Forest, where the run's gonna ramp up in difficulty a little bit. Going fast and kicking cancers, but
Haunted woods.
so as we enter Dragon Forest here, the fastest race to complete, since we don't have the minigame unlocked, is this course, Haunted Woods. It's quite short, so we end up doing this one an extra time. Yeah, as you carry the wrong warp over, you just have to finish you either have to win or lose a race or an event in the world, and then it's completed. But the first time you win a minigame, it takes precedence, so... Oh boy, what a bounce. Quite odd. Okay. So now we are ready to take on these levels. There's a challenging out of bounds that I'm not going to be doing on this course. This is the most difficult out of bounds, for sure. But yeah, if you carry a blue balloon into this world, well, over there, past that windmill, there's like a part in the geometry where you can barrel roll out of bounds, and then you can fly behind the map. It's very precise, and I'm not consistent enough at it to try it, but you will see a similar out of bounds setup in the boss race of this world. Okay, yeah, no worries, Bro Mario. I was probably going to be able to finish it up, like, right as I'm ending. I know we're behind on schedule, and I know Shift's coming up next, and I don't want to hold him up at all either, so... Yeah, no, it's all good. I dig it, I get it. I'm sorry that I might not... Like, hopefully I hit my mark, 220. That one race loss, kind of got me a little bit, but I think I should be okay. See if we can get all these save warps, or pause warps. Save as much time as we possibly can.
Village.
Making our way through the Greenwood Forest. This is one of my favorite tracks in the game. You're zooming around in tight corners. It's got a nice aesthetic, like you're on this bridge in the beginning. It's pretty cool. The only part I don't like is the geometry of those bumps in that forest section in there. That's the only challenging bit. Get those pauses. Alright, so this is the one, this is Boulder Canyon. This is the one with the key. And if I can get it first try, I should have no problem, but this is notoriously the most difficult key to get. It's a little silly. You have to, you're typically gonna need the blue boost here. Alright, not bad. Very good, even. So the only thing left on this split that I need to worry about is just getting the dragon out of bounds. And I was pretty consistent at it when I was warming up today, so hopefully it doesn't give me any trouble. Pretty solid boosts there through the castle. Missed the pause, but no worries. One last race before the boss.
Haunted Woods.
I should probably not go for those bananas. It seems like a cluster of people just kind of ram into that wall. Obviously you want to not bonk into every wall if you can help it. It is tough. Alright, here we go. Got an out of bounds to deal with. So this out of bounds is actually pretty interesting. This is the most recent trick that has been found for this game. And the crazy thing about it is, under the level, there actually exists a balloon that you can pick up. It was deemed ineligible for completing 100%, but it does exist, and it's kind of unique. You can get the counter above 47 total balloons with this. You might be able to see it as I'm out of bounds. They were just gonna take this boost. Do one of those. And we're out of bounds. And hopefully we don't go too low. That's the only problem. Yeah, just kind of flying around the flags. Doing some barrel rolls, going real quick. No, I voided out. That's no good. I gotta restart, actually. Heck. Aw, geez, not like this. And yeah, speedrunning is hard. Just make sure we don't void out again. We've done it.
Excellent. Now try my new challenge.
Apparently I can still get a 216, so we should be good.
My world. Find 8 from each level and win. Then come back and see me.
Woke up not too long ago. I've been doing this thing where I sleep like twice a day for like 4 hours. It's kind of weird, but it works.
Smoky Castle.
Yeah, I don't know if I would recommend it because I get tired like way too early. But it is a strategy that exists. Oh my gosh. I got sniped there. Yeah, sleep is definitely a very important part of maintaining health. Sleep deprivation is a big cause of decreasing your lifespan. Yeah, this minigame, you just gotta collect 10 bananas and bring them back to your chest. Not too crazy. Yeah, it's best to push yourself like as much as you can sometimes. I don't know, I don't drink caffeine at all, so that kind of impacts me a little bit. But if you do have caffeine, that definitely keeps you up. It's good to catch up on sleep on weekends for sure, when you have the time. If you have a busy week. Yeah, you guys are doing great work. I know how difficult it can be to run a stream for 10 hours, like 3 days back to back. Like, you guys are doing great, and I'm really proud of you, and I'm happy that I can participate and help out, and I'm trying to do my best to go fast. Oh yeah, all about the kind words and positivity. Sometimes tough to know what to say, but thank you. I'm really excited for Shift's run after this, and then tomorrow the Banjo-Kazooie race and Paracusia's run, SM64 should be sweet. And all the Luigi's Mansion runs at the beginning of tomorrow. Hopefully you guys can crush the 2,000 mark. I think it'll happen. I got a good feeling. Yeah, tomorrow's pretty awesome. Oh, Kopit's had an impact on shift rendering. I see. That's pretty good. Yeah, shoutouts to Kopits. Oh, interesting. Starting with the Pal Luigi's Mansion. I don't know exactly what's different, but I'm definitely curious now that you mention it. Oh. This course is a little tricky on the coins. It's hard by itself, honestly. Just gonna focus on going fast. Yeah, one of the only things that's tough about this game is like when you power slide, it can sometimes read the wrong input. So you just power slide the wrong way. Yeah, I wasn't entirely confident about submitting, but I wanted to help out, so. I'm glad I did too. There's all our silver coins. Whoa, nice hop off the log there. Tactical. Oh yeah, no, I haven't felt any stress. I just, when I was starting, I had like a little bit of nerves, but that's just, you know. Anytime, like, a race, like for a tournament or like a marathon run, like starting a run on command is like nerve-wracking. Because like usually you can kind of go at your own pace, like reset a couple times, get warmed up, but you know, the run is now. It's sometimes tricky. Until you get settled in, at least.
Haunted woods.
Yeah, you guys definitely did great organizing. All the information is like really easy to get to. But yeah, if you're watching and you got some change rattling around in your pocket, you want to donate it to a good cause. Trying to get that 2,000 donation goal. Every bit helps in the fight against cancer. What? That didn't really work out as I was hoping. If Caleb is watching, I know he's proud of you guys. This is a great event in memory of him, with lots of good runs, lots of good runners.
If you can beat me again, I'll give you a special prize.
Yeah, everything that goes to the channel is helping fund. And there's shirts as well. Second try, not bad. As long as we don't void out. But yeah, you can actually see the balloon. It's not rendered right now, but it's like over here. It's just like exists under the map, and you can fly into it. It's right over there. There's that. Nice gold split, saving 2 seconds. I guess I can still get a 2:16, so seems good. Alright, so we have done the majority of the first part of the game. We have all 4 TT amulets, all 4 Whizpig statue parts, and we have all 4 trophy races from the main world. So as we re-enter the lobby here, we're going to be greeted by the Whizpig statue on the wall coming to life, and we're getting ready to race Whizpig. Yeah, shift is coming on after this.
Hello, selection. Abracadabra. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye for now. pig. He's got a nose ring. He's got a cool hat. Yeah, this race is pretty challenging. You know, you gotta pretty much hit all the boost panels. You can't really fly in the water. Whizpig will bump you if you're too close to him. And these rain particles don't really help the situation at all. The music's good though. You just kind of want to make sure you hit all these boost panels. Those two in the water, sometimes I'll go for the purple boost on the first one just so I don't go too fast. But yeah, having TT for this race really helps, you know, having the highest max speed. Compared to some of the other racers, TT is, you know, faster. So. If you don't have Drumstick or TT unlocked, Banjo is typically the next best character. Diddy is pretty solid too. And depending on the course, if you want some extra handling, Pipsy is the choice. Oops. Alright. A little rough, but... Welcome back, Tonic. Alright, just had to wait for the cutscene to tick over so that the game auto-saved. And we've beaten Whizpig 1. So typically, for most people, this was the end of the game. Not everybody knew that Future Funland even existed. Not only did you have to get first place in all the trophy races, but you had to actually drive into the sign over here in order to activate the cutscene, triggering the last world. So if you didn't know about this, you know, it was kind of hidden. But yeah, you just drive into it and then here you go, Future Funland. Okay, so this is a TT in Diddy Kong Racing. You get him by completing time trials and then beating like the staff ghosts. Yeah, Pipsy's pretty sweet. Definitely levels the playing field for you know, a veteran player and a new player, you know. If the veteran takes Pipsy, it's challenging. Alright, so here we are in Future Funland. The balloon restrictions are the tightest here. So what I'm going to try to do is, after we complete this race, I'm going to try and restart it, and then just go right into the Silver Coin Challenge. Since there's no boss in this world, it's just automatically unlocked. But typically, you need to collect all the balloons. But if you restart the race, you can get around it. So it saves in overworld movement. And after we complete these first two tracks, with or without the restart race, then we're going to perform the last wrong warp so that we can get the Future Funland trophy. This is one of my favorite courses. It's very colorful. I like the music. There's lots of boosts. You can go pretty quick through it. I like this movement right here, and you can get it. You can get both of those balloons and the zipper. It's pretty satisfying. And of course, barrel rolling through those lasers is cool. And I'm just gonna play it a little safe here. Slow down a little bit. That's the way you do it. So now you'll see on the left, the silver coins are here for us to collect now. Oh, I got sniped. Yeah, I guess there's like a red balloon right at the beginning of this course that you should probably intend to pick up just to avoid the instance of somebody shooting you like that, but there are worse problems in the world. Making our way through the world. Picking up these coins. One last one to get. On the bottom here. Missed that boost, but it's okay. Yes, perfect comparison. The bananas are exactly similar to coins in Mario Kart. You can have more than 10, but it does cap at 10. And, you know, if you get hit, you can drop them. I guess the only other thing is there's a finite number of bananas on the courses. You know, like, there exist coin pickups and the coins respawn, but the bananas are permanent. So in multiplayer, it can be a little competitive, I guess. I don't know. Missed the pause there. It's okay. As long as you get the restart, like the exit to lobby isn't the most important. Restart the race real quick. This course is another one that's a little laggy, especially with these laser beams and out here, like on the moon's surface or whatever. Just a little resource intensive. Would help if we turned the music off, but yeah, so when you're doing all trophy races, which is one of the other categories for this, you're just in the course select and you just go from top to bottom or bottom to top and you race through all the trophy races. But we turn the music off because it takes up resources and slows the game down. But since we reset the console a number of times, in this category, it's not worth it to menu and turn the music off every time. Yeah, I forget the exact count of how many times you reset the console, but it's more than a couple. But yeah, just driving the car, power sliding as much as we can, tapping A, trying to get the green boosts. I don't know if it was poorly programmed or if it was like a decision that they made to just offer more resource to the music. Because David Wise definitely did a good job with the soundtrack. Alright, so I missed the restart race, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up the wrong warp now. This is the last time we're gonna see Dino Domain. Don't worry. Just gotta get the trophy.
Domain. Trophy race. Ancient lake.
But yeah, so the reason that we do those first 2 tracks early on is because there's an out of bounds on one of the other tracks, Spaceport Alpha, the next one we'll be going to, and that one's the fastest. Yeah, I mean, the N64 came out in 1996, 97. So technology has come a long way since then. Like, even the GameCube is like a major step up. The reality coprocessor. Interesting, interesting. The sounds and graphics are controlled by the same chip. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the inner workings of it, really. It's definitely not the most powerful console, but it's the one that I'm most obliged to play. Yeah, I know there's a number of games that just don't emulate very well, like Banjo-Tooie has a lot of lag to deal with, and I think this game doesn't emulate too well either. Oh, in terms of clock cycles, interesting. Yeah, I can imagine that being an issue.
Jungle Falls.
Oh geez, there's a shield on bumper. Oh, Gauntlet Legends doesn't work on any emulator? That's interesting. That's another good game. I remember playing that like in an arcade, and I was surprised that there was an N64 port. Alright. See, Hot Top Volcano Out of Bounds is like so easy. You got this. This is the first one that I learned. If you ever want to pick this game up, it's pretty cool to just try and do that. Doesn't really matter which wrong warp you get there. And we're taking it back. To Spaceport Alpha. Can't skip this intro cutscene because we're in a trophy race right now. But and so this one's kind of nice. So this one is only available in the Japanese version. There's a polygon that is just missing, and so we kind of abuse that. So make ourselves nice and safe, and just pop right on out. It's just that easy. But yeah, the flags for this course are pretty easy to get. Yeah, it's just the The polygon is just absent. It just doesn't exist. I don't know why it's only in the Japanese version, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, I'm just kind of using the icons on the side of the map to determine when I hit the flags, but you can see there's one on this corner, and then you're pretty free to fly all the way down here to this tunnel. And there you have it. So that completed the trophy race for Future Funland. We just gotta get 5 more balloons. Oh, I can't do this yet. Fine. Yeah, so just 5 races and then WizPig, so. Should be like 15 minutes or something. As long as I don't bonk into too many more walls. Yeah, we're just gonna do the out of bounds again. As long as we can. It's not too tough. I recently learned that you just want to go with the yellow boost as opposed to a green one. Doing a little barrel roll. Or a loop-de-loop, I guess. Let's see if maybe I can get the pause. Pretty close, a little early, but... Star City. So I just gotta do this, and then 3 silver coin races, and then WizPig. Nearly done. Yeah, it's pretty tough to get those pauses, especially when you're out of bounds. You know, try and figure out exactly when you're going to cross the finish line without even being able to see. It's even difficult, like, when you're just above it in some of the plane courses. But I'm a fan of this course as well. There's that tricky ramp right at the beginning there. It's easy to fall off, kind of punishing. And then you just kind of fly into like a nice little Epcot ball. Pretty cool course. I like the aesthetic of this game a lot. Not to mention like how colorful this tunnel is. Well, I tried my best. Okay, here we go, going back through. Getting these silver coins done. Alright, I get it. Yo, that's me, Slip Boy. As we make our way through the end of this fantastic racing game. Yeah, Shift is coming up next with a battle for Bikini Bottom Run. Pretty awesome. Hopefully I'm not behind estimate. I think I'm okay. Might lose a little bit of time this split, but... Yeah, the Untitled Goose Game run was pretty good too. I haven't been able to catch everything, but I watched Benji's run yesterday. I caught a little bit of the Skyward Sword run the night did be out. Hopefully these all these videos are uploaded to a YouTube channel so they can be remembered forever. Cause I wanted to catch the wanted to watch Bro Mario's Scooby-Doo run. Oh man. Well, I was gonna go out of bounds, but I can't get that coin at the top, unfortunately. They will get uploaded. That's good. That's what I like to hear. I really need this coin. Man, Bumper is just up here. What's up, Tommy? Okay. One last race to get through here.
City.
Alright, we got our silver coins. I'm actually on PB pace. Haven't really been mentioning it, but as long as we get the Whizpig out of bounds, should be set for a PB. Would be nice and memorable. Well, my estimate was 2 hours, 20 minutes. We started 20 minutes late. But yeah, it's going to come down to this. So the one last trick in this run, we are just going to go out of bounds on the Whizpig 2 race, as we are in the plane. So hopefully there's no issues doing that. Just gonna take a blue balloon to a specific spot and boost barrel roll. It's pretty comparable to the Hot Top Volcano out of bounds. Okay, I guess I missed it. I was a little early. We'll try it again next lap. This race really isn't too difficult. Oh, alright, well, I really need to not lose. So I'm gonna just gonna do my racing. It's highly preferable to be out of bounds as opposed to in these tight caves, But yeah, just one last time as we're making our way around these laps. This was a marathon run for Caleb Celtics fan, raising money to cure cancer. Got any donations? Kick them in. It's going to a good cause. I'm ProfPoli. I speedrun rareware games. And Caleb was a friend. Alright, we've done it. We've completed the game. And I got a PB, 217.08. Thank you, Aquana. I know you like the beard. The beard's gone, but it'll be back. GG. Thanks for having me, everybody, and good luck to Shift, and good luck to the rest of the marathon runners as well. GG. Thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Really happy I got that PB. Alright, well, that's my stream for today. I hope you enjoyed. If I had a viewer, I would host, but peace out.